What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here, and welcome back to the Toffee Takeover. And as always, if you are still enjoying the series, please do go and drop it a like. And today we got ourselves a match versus Huddersfield in the league, and of course our final Europa League group stage match versus Atalanta, where honestly, it's not all that must need anymore. And I'll show you why in just a second. But of course, before we get to that, matches and injuries. This time we're going to start with the injuries first. It just seems like every month I seem to pick up a player that has a new month-long injury. And this time around it's Hexagon, who is out with a sprained ankle and will be out 3 to 5 weeks. I think he still has 2 more weeks left on the mend at this point in time, but I'll have to monitor him to see how well he does. Leighton Baines also damaging his foot. He'll be out 2 to 3 weeks, should be just about to come back. Gylfi and Omar Nias picking up small injuries themselves as well and should be just about to come back on their side. But yeah, it just seems like I can't go a month without another player going out for a month. And even with all those injuries, we were still able to rattle off an undefeated set as we got ourselves 4 wins and a draw in all competitions. Our very next match was against Newcastle and we left it late, but we defeated the Magpies by the score of 3 to 2. Klaassen, Lennon, and Rooney coming on and getting himself the match winner in the 84th minute there. Good stuff out of that. And then versus Leicester, of course, this is where the Hexagon injury happened, but we crushed them by the score of 5-2 at home. Seamus Coleman, Ademola Lookman, Sandro getting himself a brace in absolute domination over the Leicester City side. And then taking on Hertha Berlin, a 2-0 victory, which a victory over them automatically guaranteed us into the next round of the Europa League. So we're into the knockouts, basically meaning that Atalanta doesn't mean anything, so I'll just be playing a bunch of the youth and getting some squad rotation in that. Sandro getting a brace in this match. Another 2-0 victory, this time over Swansea. Klaassen and James McCarthy getting himself on the score sheet. But then against Southampton, and as we saw, Southampton are doing extremely well in the Premier League this year. We only held them to a draw, or they held us to a draw. I don't know. Either way, it was a share of the points, and I feel like at this point in time, a decent result versus that team. And where exactly does that put us? Well, it made us jump up 1 spot in the league. We go from 7th to 6th, 28 points through 14 matches. Soton just sitting right above us. And the top 4 is Spurs, Manchester United, Bournemouth, and West Ham. Still a very weird top 4, as there's no Chelsea, Man City, no Arsenal, or Liverpool anywhere to be seen. They're currently sitting near the bottom half of that top 10. So, but wouldn't it just be something if Tottenham won the title? Can you imagine, Spurs fans? And before we get into the match versus Huddersfield, and this will be the formation that I use versus them, I just wanted to show you the other formations that I have used throughout this season that have granted me this success so far. And as you can clearly see, we do not have the bunch formation anymore. I scrapped that because it just really hasn't been working for us with the 3 center attacking mids. So I've gone and used a 4-2-3-1 outside of this V formation, and it's a little bit of an offset 4-2-3-1 as well. I have an advanced mid over here, which could also double as a shadow striker if I throw Davy Klaassen in there, just to get him some chances to shoot. And I moved Sandro over to this side, and I've been swapping him back and forth between poacher and complete forward. It seemed to have worked well for him thus far as a complete forward. I also have inside forward with Ademola Lookman, but if I throw Gylfi out here, he actually works well as a Raumdeuter, which I found out. He's already got himself a couple of assists in that Raumdeuter role. But outside of that, I have 2 central mids that are staggered as well, a proper center mid and a defensive mid, just to try and get some balance in between the back and the front, while keeping the back 4 relatively the same. And then outside of that, I have an asymmetrical formation, which is essentially the same 4-2-3-1 as you see up here. It just drops this winger back, and it actually complements Aaron Lennon the best because he fits that right mid role the best. And once again, outside of that, advanced playmaker, inside forward. I've actually had a central mid as a roaming playmaker, maybe even a box-to-box, depending on who is going to be playing in that role. And sitting up front, Sandro. It's a trequartista, but once again, I play around with the roles, maybe a poacher, maybe a complete forward, depending on who's sitting up front. But Wayne Rooney can actually play as a trequartista up front. Who knew? But yeah, this is pretty much all the 3 formations that I've been using throughout this entire season up to this point. And like I said, let's get back to this formation, since it will be the formation that I use versus Huddersfield. Since it is an away match and against a team that's not really doing all that well, we are going to have ourselves a little bit of a rotation. Joel Robles is going to be in the sticks today. We're going to have Cuco Martina, Michael Keane, Phil Jagielka, and Luke Garbutt along the back line. McCarthy will be the defensive mid with Davies and Barkley in the center. Lookman, Lennon along the sides, Sandro sitting up top. Yes, I know it's a rotation, but I feel like it's strong enough that we can go to Huddersfield and come away with some points. So let's go kick off and see what happens. And I don't want to get cocky here, but Huddersfield are a team that have just been recently promoted up and really aren't doing that well in the season to begin with, 16th place. We need to come out here, absolutely dominate them, and show why that we are the better side. And as I say that, they almost get a goal within the first minute. Corner kick on our side, Ademola Lookman with the ball. It doesn't really happen. Oh, they're actually going to call a penalty. Aaron Mui has just pushed Cuco Martina, and it's an Everton penalty in the 17th minute. Who's stepping up to take it? It is going to be Sandro. That's right, I don't have Gylfi on the pitch. I don't have Leighton Baines, so Sandro is going to step up for the penalty, and he slots it into the bottom left-hand corner. It's 1-0 to Everton with his 15th goal of the season. Ah, if only he could do this in real life. If only he wasn't injury-prone in real life. 15 goals for Sandro in his debut season for the club. He's doing well, and Everton are doing well. Up along the side, he gets it through, and Robert Green there with the save. Luke Garbett, like I said, not really had much play time this year because of Leighton Baines, but he didn't put in that bad of a cross. Unfortunately, he just didn't find anybody. Ross Barkley with the cannon! Oh, Robert Green making a reflex save as Barkley almost rippling the back of the net there with a wonderful shot. And then Cuco Martina doesn't miss by much either, which is really rough to say because you don't expect Cuco Martina to be doing much of anything. Piling on the pressure, even though we don't have a lot of the ball, we don't have a lot of the shots, but we're making Huddersfield work. 1 minute stoppage time on the clock. Once we hit the 45, throw in from Michael Keane. McCarthy tries to slip it through, but nobody is there. And now here comes Huddersfield on a break. Is it Quainer or Quiner? I don't know. It just is a good shot, a good chance. Oh my lord! It bounces off the post, and then what was Chekioka doing there? What? Yeah, Huddersfield almost getting a goal. It bounced off the post, and then a back pass almost goes into the back of the net. Right now, we have no idea what we're doing, and Huddersfield could get themselves a goal, and they do in the next minute. What just happened? This entire sequence was crazy. So they bounce it off the post, we almost score an own goal, and then the very next minute, right before halftime, they score an equalizing goal. I mean, this is just crazy. And I'm going to be honest with you, that Huddersfield goal was probably deserved just because of how much they've been dominating us on this day. And like I said, I think we're going to be swapping to that asymmetric. And who would have to be coming out? Nobody really needs to be coming out. So I think we're going to be fine with this. We're going to drop from attacking to counter 4 minutes into the half. And what a tackle by Tom Davies, taking the ball off of Aaron Mui, but he does... Oh, he actually found Sandro. I was going to say that was a long ball up to nobody in particular. Now he gives it off to Ademola Lookman, who's just running free, taking a shot. He didn't miss by much. 64 minutes on the clock now. Huddersfield with the ball, getting it long up over the top to Quainer. Quainer coming through, lays it off to Aaron Mui, who takes a shot, and off the post it goes. Joel Robles was beaten, but fortunately the post was there to save him. 71 minutes on the clock now, ball coming through. What a tackle by Tom Davies. Quainer wants a foul, but it was a wonderful tackle to get him off the ball, and now we can hit him on a break. Sandro coming through. He's got 5 Huddersfield guys in his face. He's got to learn to hold the play up. Gylfi heading it on to Sandro now as he's taking a shot. Oh my lord, Sandro with a rocket shot himself. Didn't miss by much. It bounced off the goalkeeper's hands and then off the post. Could have had a winner right there. And there's the full-time whistle. It ends 1-1 here at Huddersfield. And like I said, it's with the way that Huddersfield played, I feel like a draw is acceptable. And because we were just not the better side. We clearly were not the better side. And yes, I understand I had a lot of rotation that could have laid into it. But still, this is a side that really should have beaten Huddersfield. And you're just going to say that it was not good enough. I'm going to tell the boys, you should have won this match. And the third round of the FA Cup has just been drawn, and we got a home tie against Sheffield United, which it looks like they're dead last in the championship. So that being said, if they're not doing well there, they're more than likely not going to do well versus us in the Cup. So that should be an easy win. Ooh, some juicy developments here at the club. Right on the day of the Atalanta match, there's a potential that we could be bringing a Lukaku into the club. Yeah, it's not Romelu, but it's his brother Jordan that we could possibly be bringing in for £6.25 million from Lazio. They have accepted our offer, and he does want first-team football. Honestly, I'd say if we can get him some rotation time with Leighton Baines, because Leighton Baines is still number 1, but I don't have a very competent backup. So I feel like Jordan Lukaku, like I said, if we can get him some rotation time with Leighton Baines, I think that would be great. He's only 23 years old, and if you take a look at his stats, I love his pace. This is what I love to see out of him. 16 pace, 16 acceleration. Defense could still do with a little bit of work, but if we can get a fast winger on that and get his crossing ability in, I think it'd be great. A great backup to Leighton Baines. he's going to want somewhere in the range of 50,000 per week. And I don't know if that's a bit too much. I feel like that's a bit too much, but I just don't know exactly what I should be offering him. So I'm going to offer him a 4-year deal at 40,000 a week just to see if he's okay with that. Now, let's bump up the clean sheets as well, because let's be honest here, that's probably where a lot of his money is going to be made, through those clean sheets. And if we do bring him in, he would be coming in right in January. So let's see what he likes about that. Actually, he's okay with 40,000 a week. All right. That's I was expecting him to be pushing up, say 50, 55, but if he is okay with the 40,000 a week, that's fine there. Let's pop the signing on fee down to $1 million and see if he's okay with that. Yes, he's perfectly fine with it. So there we go. Jordan Lukaku will be coming into the club as our first signing in January. So since this is a dead rubber match versus Atalanta, I feel it's only right to give players some match time that don't normally play. First and foremost, Joe Robles will be in between the sticks. The flat back four will be consisting of Seamus Coleman, Michael Keane, Mason Holgate, and Luke Garbett. The two central mids ahead of them, Muhammad Besic and Tom Davies. The three attacking mids will be Wayne Rooney down the middle with Kevin Morales on the right and Ademola Lookman on the left. And yes, you are reading that right. We are giving a start to Omar Niasse. And going up against Atalanta in Italy, they are coming out in a 3-4-3, looking very defensive, also very counterattack heavy, so we got to watch out for that and make sure that the boys go and do the job. Even though it is a rotated side, even though it's away from home, I still want to end this group stage on a high note. So let the media know that you are the real deal, that you can go and at least meet the board expectations of getting to the quarterfinals of this Europa League. And if you want to do that, get a win here. 10 minutes on, Seamus Coleman with a throw-in gets it into Wayne Rooney, and then Wayne just completely flat missing that pass back out to Seamus, and now here come Atalanta on a break, potentially on a break. Gets it through to Cristante de Rune, switching the pitch up to the right-hand side. Ilcic getting it out to Hateboer with the cross inside, and Petagna getting himself a goal, and Atalanta have a lead just 10 minutes in. Like I said, it all started with that Wayne Rooney missed pass. It all started with a Wayne Rooney missed pass that led to this counterattack. So, yeah, you know why I don't start some of these people at times, because they can pull shit like this. And since that highlight of the goal, there really hasn't been anything else to talk about. We've had some substantial shots, though, 6, but none have been on target, and we've had 58% of the ball. Why can't we turn that possession into attack on the other side of the pitch? It's really frustrating, and it's really annoying that we can't do anything with our ball control. I mean, yes, it could be the fact that because of all of these changes, these players that don't play with each other throughout the entirety of a season, it could lead to a lot of mixed feelings, and it could lead to a lot of this disconnect. And none of the changes that I've seen to have made so far, even in the way of substitutions, have led us to push forward once again either. Sandro is up leading the line now. Aaron Lennon is coming on the wings, and that's just poor defensive miscue right there. And that was a poor clearance away by Mason Holgate. A willy-nilly clearance leading to this goal here, and it's 2-0 to the home side. 10 minutes to go now. Klaassen gets it up to Aaron Lennon. He does have a couple of white shirts in the box, and Ademola Lookman getting himself his first goal this day. It was a wonderful pass from Aaron Lennon, getting it through to Ademola Lookman. It could be an even match right now if Lookman was able to score that goal just a few minutes ago. But hey, we got ourselves a way back into this match, and as I say that, could potentially have ourselves a second goal right here. Nice clearance away by Aaron Lennon. That was a horrible, horrible free kick by Atalanta, giving us this chance, but Sandro completely wasting that chance. This match is just about over. 1 minute left to go, and holy crap, they almost got themselves that game-winning goal. 4 minutes of stoppage time on the clock once we click over to the 90, but Atalanta looking to try and put this match to bed. But a good clearance away, and now Sandro, he's got 3 Atalanta players in his face. There's just no way. There's no way, and he really should have held the ball up instead of taking a crack and hitting the outside of the net. Free kick from Luke Garbett goes to the far post. Aaron Lennon, we are still going to get us something out of this match. What a free kick from Luke Garbett, the left back coming in for Leighton Baines. I know I just made that offer for Jordan Lukaku, but what a free kick from Luke Garbett, who finds Aaron Lennon at the far post, just slipping it in, and we're going to end this match in a 2-2 draw. A match that, like I said, it looked pretty bleak with the players that I had, and no real chances throughout the entirety of the first half. But as soon as we come into the second half, making the player changes and getting some of the tactical changes as well, it all of a sudden comes out 2-2, and we get a point in this match. I think that means that we top the group. In fact, I do tell a lie, as while we drew our match, Hertha Berlin won theirs, jumping us on the last day to win our group, and we finish off 1 point behind them in second place. But at the very start, I did say I would have taken second place in this group, get ourselves through the knockout stages, and then we'll go from there. And also on top of that, that means that makes me better than Ronald Koeman for actually getting out of the group. What of it? Alright, now we get to the Europa League draw. I had to go sim ahead a couple of days because there just wasn't happening on the same day. So, as you can see, a lot of teams in here. We cannot obviously face off against any English sides, and we cannot face off against Hertha Berlin because they were in our group. I'm just going to draw all teams and see where we lie. And apparently, we're going to be facing off against Villarreal. Now, that is going to be a great little match. Everton versus Villarreal in the first knockout round. I mean, this match doesn't happen for another couple of months, and you know there's going to be some major happenings between now and then, like transfer season is upon us, and you know there's going to be some dealings day one. So that's when we're going to be coming back, the very start of the transfer window, because we got a match then, and also we'll be taking on Sheffield United in that FA Cup. And with that, that's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please do go and drop it a like, share with your friends, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more FM18 content. If you want to leave a comment on what you saw today or the series as a whole, please go and do so in the comment box below. But anyway, guys, I've been Gendo, and you have been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and peace out.